Manchester City versus Tottenham, a rivalry like no other. Yes, City gets shafted every single time.
Yes, they do.
But today we are joined by a very, very special guest who's hopefully going to do a rap at the end of the episode. We're joined by Forms to make our City versus Spurs combined 11.
Let's go, baby!
Are you excited to beat us again, Forms?
Listen, I'm wearing this shirt. You know what this shirt is. This is that Champions League winning shirt. Well, we didn't win the Champions League, but we beat you in the Champions League, and that's why I'm wearing it.
Such a painful green top. The one that Llorente used his hand to get Spurs their last goal, yeah?
I don't think that's a hand, though, bro. I don't think that's a hand.
The hand of Spurs off the shoulder onto the arm. Oh, yeah.
We called it the hand of Llorente. No, the shoulder of Llorente. It wasn't a handball. You're putting words in my mouth now. We won that fair and square.
It's so annoying because you actually did. I can't even lie to say that we were robbed. Yes, the VAR call at the end was heartbreaking, but it was the right decision, wasn't it? He was offside, 100%. Aguero.
He was offside. Look, it was one of them where I actually booked to take my sister to Prague for her 21st birthday, and I booked it on the weekend of the Champions League final because it was the cheapest weekend to book it, and I booked it the day after we drew City in the quarters. I went, cool, we're not going to get there. Lo and behold, we get there, and I'm sitting in a pub in Prague on Champions League final day surrounded by Scousers because it's literally like the Scouse stag do central capital of the world, and it was the most horrific experience I've ever been a part of in my life.
Fair enough. That is pure commitment. But we're about to commit to doing our City versus Tottenham combined 11. Now, usually we do it on form and fitness, but at the moment, Tottenham have got an injury crisis. Romero's out, Van der Ven's out, Maddison's out, to name a few. So we are going to do it on Ange's best 11 versus Pep's best 11 this season.
Let's do it.
Ederson or Vicario?
Now, this is a close debate because I think Vicario has been the goalkeeper of the season. He has been absolutely unbelievable. Even though Tottenham lost 4-1 against Chelsea, he was still one of the best players on the pitch. He made some unbelievable saves. I really, really like him. I actually can't choose. So, Forms, I'm going to let you decide who you want to go with here.
Look, I understand that there's going to be shouts of bias here. And don't get me wrong when I tell you Ederson is one of the best goalkeepers we've seen in a long time. But if
distribution-wise, yes. Not shot-stopping. I really don't rate him shot-stopping. Interesting
you say that, because Vicario is like, when you think of Hugo Lloris, you think shot stopper. Vicario is like a fit Hugo Lloris regen when it comes to shot stopping. If not, he's even better. And there's so many good strikers and attackers in the Prem this season. And we just I think a shot stopper is what we're going to go for instead of someone who's got a little bit of distribution. Especially you look at the way Tottenham play and you look at how we've been passing it out the back and the system's been working. We've been scoring goals. So distribution's not that important for Tottenham this season, and it seems to be working. So I'm going to go Vicario because I just think he has been outstanding. The saves he's been making have been class.
Do you know what? I am actually going to agree with you because I think Vicario has been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League this year. I can see the celebrations that you're happy with that one.
Listen, we got one in there. One out of 11.
You got one in there, and it's the first one as well. That's unbelievable.
Walker or Pedro Porro?
I think this one's quite an easy one. I think Forms is going to agree with me here. It's obviously Kyle Walker, right? Come on.
Listen. I am going to
don't.
No. Look, I am going to put Kyle Walker there. I am. There's no way I can put over Kyle Walker. But what I will say is that's technically now two Spurs players in this 11. Technically. Because Kyle Walker came from us.
Oh!
He's a product of Tottenham.
I had to click there for a minute. Are you claiming that? Are you seriously going to claim that?
You can't not let me claim that. I mean, look, Kyle Walker probably had... he was part of arguably one of the best back fours in recent Premier League years when he was at Tottenham, when it was Walker, Rose, Jan and Toby in the season where we
That was a good back four.
Don't tell me that's not one of the best back fours you haven't seen in recent Premier League history.
I would say City's one, but we've never had a left back. It was usually Company, Laporte, Kyle Walker, and then like three unbelievable defenders. And then it's Fabian Delph at left back, and it's just like, what? So
you need
come
all
on then,
four
maybe I'll give you one of the best.
You need all four to complete the back four. But yeah, no, cool. Kyle Walker over Porro. We'll take it all day.
Kyle Walker makes our combined 11.
Akanji or Van der Ven?
This is close. I really, really like Van der Ven. I'm a big fan of this young lad. I think he's absolutely brilliant, and he's going to go on to be one hell of a centre-back. But Manuel Akanji, for 15 million euros, to get him and to be as good as he is in a treble-winning back four, he can play CDM, centre-back, full-back. He does the rounds for the team. But I think this is super, super close. Go on, Forms, tell me that it's Van de Ven. I know what you're going to say.
Mickey Van de Ven, Mickey Van de Ven. No. It's that, to me, there's only one option. Did Akanji win the treble? Yes, but who needs the treble when you've got pace like Van de Ven?
He is so quick. He's like Usain Bolt at the Tottenham back four. He's unbelievable.
Whilst he played in the Bundesliga, his top speed, his like highest recorded speed was quicker than Haaland's like highest recorded speed in the Bundesliga. And if that doesn't show you the pace of this man, I don't know what does. I think Van de Ven brings such a sense of calm to Tottenham, especially when you've got Romero, who's so aggressive and just not really disciplined at all. And then you've got Van de Ven who brings this balance and this sense of calm, and they just work so well as a pairing. If we're talking about players as individuals without who's standing next to them, yeah, it's close, but I am actually going to put Van de Ven there. If we're talking about this season, you hear more people talk about Van de Ven and the way he's kind of quickly adapted to the Premier League than you do Akanji.
And do you know what, Forms? I'm actually going to agree with you and put Van de Ven in this combined 11. And it is based on what you said. This season, more people talk about Van de Ven than they do Akanji. And that is no disrespect on Akanji, because I love him. And that proves how underrated he is. But that also proves that how good Van de Ven has actually been in this Tottenham back four. So I'm in agreement, and we're going with Van de Ven.
Bang!
Diaz or Romero?
Of course, it's got to be Ruben Diaz on number 3. He's the best centre-back for City and in the world. He's unbelievable. Romero, reckless, ill-disciplined. Yes, he's a good defender. Yes, he's a World Cup winner. But Chris... What are you doing? What are you doing? Christian Romero...
Just imagine...
No, it's Ruben Diaz. Come on.
Just imagine this is the most coveted trophy in world football. Ready? Oh, I helped Messi win a World Cup!
It literally is I helped Messi win a World Cup. You know what? He was good. But we've seen it against Chelsea. That's what Romero can do. And Ruben Diaz is the best centre-back in the world. In my opinion, he is the best centre-back in the world right now. And Romero doesn't even come close. You can lift that fake Tottenham trophy that you were lifting up. Oh, it's the only trophy that you guys have ever won. So maybe that should go in the cabinet at White Hart Lane. But definitely Romero is a great player. But he's not Ruben Diaz, and he has to make... You've got to agree with me here, Fobs.
Okay, you know what? You gave me Van de Ven, I will give you Ruben Diaz. But only because of that reason. You shouldn't have to be like that. You should think that Ruben Diaz is better than Romero. Oh, it's so tough. Look, if I'm being dead honest, I watch Christian Romero play week in, week out. I don't actually watch Ruben Diaz play week in, week out. I watch City when there's a big game on, or if you're playing in the Champions League. That's about it. I've got a much bigger sample size of Romero, so I will back him till I die. But fine, we can put Ruben Diaz in there. Thank
you very much. The best centre-back in the world, of course, makes our combined 11.
A K or a doggy?
Again, another really close one. I've been so impressed with the doggy coming in at Tottenham. I think he's a brilliant left-back. But the issue is with City. We still haven't had a left-back since your favourite player who used to play for Arsenal, Gael Clichy, actually left. We've gone through Fabian Delph. We've gone through Alexander Zinchenko, who used to be a central attacking midfielder. And now we're at Gvardiol and Nathan Ake. So... where are we at? Udogie is a great left back, and to be honest, I love Nathan Ake. I think he's a brilliant player, but I'm happy to put Udogie into this combined 11.
I don't disagree. Obviously, I agree. He's the only real left back in this debate, and I also think that he's impressed again at 20. Well, he's just turned 21, but at 20 years old, to come into the Premier League with such confidence and not have any fear in one-on-ones, whether that be as a defender or as an attacker, and to get into attacking positions with such confidence in a really physically demanding league. He's been a cut above the rest. I think arguably the best left back in the league this season, but then again, that could be biased. We're putting a doggy in there before you say anything on that. The doggy's going in.
Rodri or Bazuma?
Can we talk about Rodri? He is so clear in this debate. I should be a rapper like Forms because I spit some bars. It's got to be Rodri. Hey, was that a pretty good rap, that, actually? Pretty good song. Would I get employed?
You're lucky that Rodri is a lot better a footballer than you are at spitting bars.
Oh, the hurt! Oh, I felt that. I tried as well.
To make up for it, no debate. Basuma's been sick this season, but Rodri is the best in his position in the world.
Agreed. Let's go. Rodri, in you go.
Bernardo or Bentancur?
Bernardo Silva. He is actually one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. He can play right winger, he can play left winger, he can play in that midfield. He runs teams to the park. He is a big game player. I really, really rate Rodrigo Bentancur, and Tottenham kind of fell off last season when he had his horrific injury, and unfortunately, he came back against Aston Villa for only Matty Cash to put him out for another couple of months. That was a disgraceful challenge, but I do like Rodrigo Bentancur, but he doesn't come anywhere near the levels of Bernardo Silva. And Forms, you cannot disagree with this, because I've said he's a great player, and I stand by that, but he's not Bernardo Silva.
He's the reason we'll be playing on Wednesday next season. He came with his mate from Sweden. It's Bentancur. It's just a shame he's so injured. If we're talking about impact on a team, oh my God, City have got world beaters. No, but see, you've got so many world beaters that if Bernardo Silva didn't play a game, you wouldn't really notice. You really notice when Bentancur was missing. But then again, if we're talking about this,
doesn't that say a lot about the rest of your players not being up to scratch?
Of course it does.
Bentancur. Because Bernardo Silva scored 2 goals against Real Madrid, and I remember in the greatest game in Premier League history between City and Liverpool, he ran that game. He was the best player on the pitch by a mile. Big game player, Bernardo Silva, when it matters.
Yeah, no, I get that. And who can forget Bentancur's beautiful comeback double against Bournemouth? No, I'm kidding.
Me?
It's one of them where, yes, cool, we'll give it to Bernardo, but only on the basis that, it's fine, we'll just give it to Bernardo.
Okay, Bernardo Silva makes this spot.
KDB or Maddison?
You guys know the drill. Of course it's my ginger brother, KDB. It's not even a debate. First of all, before we explain why we're going to change it, Forms, do you agree that my ginger brother takes it over Madders?
I do. Madders has been one of the most influential players this season, but you can't compare to the best midfielder in Premier League history.
Agreed. Thank you. Hey, I read that, ginger bro, of course. But we are going to change it. I know Tottenham's team is full of injury-filled players as of right now, but we're going to have City's team as if we're going to line up tomorrow, and unfortunately my ginger brother cannot play, so we are going to go with Foden versus Maddison. Now this is one hell of a debate. You've got one player that's like Messi when he gets the ball. However, Foden's final product isn't there yet, but you couldn't pick a better manager for him to improve under. And then you compare him to the best signing of the Premier League season. One of the players that has completely transformed Tottenham. No offence, Forms, to an average side, to an actual side that you are looking to compete for the Premier League title. And if not, definitely get in the top 4 and take it next season. Forms, what do you think?
Oh, Madders does so much more for Spurs than Foden does for City. And I also appreciate how good Phil Foden is. I'm not going to stand here and say he's not good. He is, and probably will be, a generational talent once, you're right, he finds that final product. I'm a massive fan of Phil Foden. I really, really am. I just can't see. I mean, first of all, thank you very much for taking an injured KDB out and keeping an injured James Maddison in.
It's okay, we'll make it a little bit fair. Otherwise it wouldn't be my ginger brother, of course.
Of course. This is actually, you know what, off the face of it, I was like, nah, this is so easy. Madders is going to take it. But the more I think about it, and then the more I heard you talk, it is close. I think Madders is more of a leader than Phil Foden. And I think...
I'd agree with that, yeah. I would agree with that. I think Phil is a brilliant asset to City's team. He's very versatile, can play cam, can play winger. But Maddison can do that as well. But the impact that Maddison's had on the Tottenham squad is just absolutely fantastic. A player of the month in his first season, in his first month at Tottenham. He's been unbelievable. I'm happy to go with Maddison if you are. And that pains me to say it because I love Phil. And it's great that you love him as well. But I'm happy to take Maddison due to the impact that he's had on the Spurs team.
Yeah, cool. If you put anybody from City's 11 into Spurs' 11, it's going to improve us. But I think if you put Maddison into that City squad, it makes a massive difference. And I think he performs better than Foden does in your current squad. So that's why I'm going to put Maddison in there.
I don't know whether he'd outperform Foden with the way that Pep plays. The minute that my ginger brother comes back, Maddison will be dropped in a heartbeat. The only way that he'd get in is over Bernardo Silva, but that's what KDB does. He does what Maddison does and just does it the best. Like, team of the year 7 times in a row. The greatest Premier League midfielder in history. But I'm happy to go with Maddison over Foden at our cam spot if you are.
Sick. Let's do it.
Doku or Richarlison?
At the request of Forms, we've decided to put Richarlison in at left wing over Brennan Johnson. But for me, he may score bicycle kicks in World Cup finals, but I'll tell you what, the explosivity on Jeremy Doku, number 1 that's had on the City squad, and number 2 as a player in general, he is absolutely fantastic. Even against Leipzig, he changed the course of the game when he came on. He is absolutely unbelievable. Imagine Doku in Tottenham's team. He would absolutely terrorise when Kane was there. Imagine those two linking together, but he's already working with the best striker in the world at the moment. But Jeremy Doku is I've just seen what he's doing. I've just generally... What are you doing?
I'm just dancing.
Put it away.
I'm dancing with Richarlison. I'm dancing with
Put it away.
The man who should be at right wing for this combined 11.
Are you actually for real? No,
Listen.
stop checking in. All right. Okay. Hang on a minute.
Hold tight. Oh no, he hasn't pulled it.
Yeah!
That is horrible. That is.
Hey, enjoy it. Watch it. Come down.
He would be ashamed.
Nah. Gritty or the pigeon. Let me know in the comments. I think me and you have just cringed out everybody that stayed watching. If you have made it this far, write cringe in the comments and let us know.
I live my life by people calling me cringe. There is fully no debate here. You're completely right. I mean, Jeremy Doku has not scored a bicycle kick in the World Cup, so it has to be Richarlison.
No, stop it. We're taking it off right now, remember? And that World Cup was last year. Yes, it was an unbelievable goal of the tournament by some stretch. But other than that, what else has he done? I remember going to a Tottenham game last season that was in November against Marseille, and I swear he scored 2 goals, and they were his first 2 goals for Tottenham, and he still didn't score in the Premier League last season.
No, he scored 1 in the Premier League last season.
Oh, was it against Liverpool?
It was this one. So basically, I got this signed shirt at a charity auction, and on it, at the time, he'd only scored in 2 games for Tottenham, so they managed to put the 2 games on the thing. So they've got the Marseille game, and then they've also got the Liverpool game when he took his top off.
That's a really cool shirt, but imagine being only scoring 3 goals for Tottenham to put those 2 pictures on.
We're going Jeremy Doku. We might as well just stop it there. It's Jeremy Doku.
It's Doku.
Alvarez or Kulusevski?
I mean, is there any point talking about this one? It is not my other ginger brother, who is no way related to me because he ain't that good. He's good, but he ain't Alvarez. He's unbelievable. World Cup winner, 2 goals in a semi-final. He won it all last season. Every single trophy you could win, except UEFA Men's Best Player of the Year, he won it. And the Ballon d'Or, obviously, but Haaland was robbed of that. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, Kulusevski, I know. He's class. He's actually so good that I think there's no other better player to go right wing than Kulusevski.
Than Julian Alvarez, yeah?
Now listen, when you wear a Kulusevski shirt on stage at your first ever headline show, the geezer must have something special about him. Nice. Look, it's one of them. I pulled out the World Cup.
That was such a flex and I love it. Absolute brilliant flex. Congrats, by the way. First headline show. Very proud. Well done, mate.
That was last August. I've got another one this February in London and in Manchester. So the details are coming.
Oh.
The details will probably
Anyone in the 016 one that wants to go, we'll put the links in the description and we'll put the details in there. Make sure to check forms out. Got to be Julian Alvarez. Come on.
Oh, fine. Take it.
There should be no fine take it. Alvarez is better. Would he get in Tottenham's team, yes or no?
Yes, but it's one of them where, like, yeah, cool. He takes it.
There we go.
But I'm upset because we've done 2 of the front 3 and I know what's coming.
You do know what's coming, but at least it's going to be a battle and it's time to jump to it because Alvarez makes the wing and it's time to get into the striker.
Haaland or Son?
If you don't say Erling Haaland here, you are either South Korean or a deluded at football or a so Tottenham fan You are absolutely strange. It has to be Erling Haaland. Premier League record goals. He is just unbelievable. He scored 5 goals in a Champions League game. He is the best striker on the planet. He should have won the Ballon d'Or. He won the treble. He is the Viking, the man himself. I do love Son. I absolutely love him.
It's hard
Every
not
time
to.
Son comes to the Etihad, I go, oh, Son would get in City's team. He'd be brilliant. But I would play Son in City's team at left winger. No way does he get in over Haaland up front. Not a chance.
Oh, you're not going to like this. Hear me out.
I will, because I love Son. So I will.
I'm about to spill you some absolute delusion. But hear me out.
Okay, well, if you're South Korean, you may love this.
Point number 1. Son's got more Premier League goals.
Okay, next
I don't
point.
want to hear how long Haaland's been in the
I'm
Premier
not.
League.
Next point.
Okay.
Next point.
Point number 2. Son and Haaland have both got an equal amount of golden boots.
Okay, next point.
Point number 3. Everyone loves Son, man. He's so good.
I love Son. Right, can I go over your points?
Yeah.
Or are you... Okay, I can go over them now. Haaland's done 1 year in the Premier League. He didn't need to share the golden boot with anybody. He didn't need to do any more years. Son's done about 7 years. I love Heung-min Son. I absolutely love him. I think he's one hell of a player. He's just a genuine nice guy. His left foot, I swear he used to be left-footed as well. And that's what I love about Son. Because if it's on his left or his right side, he is going to score. So the one thing that I will give you on Haaland is Son's weak foot. Because he used to be left-footed and now he's right-footed. So his left foot's as good as his right. He's lethal on both sides. And another thing I'll give you with Son is he does love a goal against City. And it's so goddamn annoying how much he scores against us. And I actually get annoyed with it. However, you have to take Erling Haaland. 1 season in the Premier League. He's already matched your Sonny with the golden boot. He didn't need to share it with anybody. He scored that many goals. He broke the record in a single season. And he's just a Viking. He's scary when he runs with that ball.
Oh, I know. Look, there's no debate. Fine. Actually, no, there was a little debate. I stand by my point.
I think there's a little one, actually. I think there's a little debate.
Look, you can't knock the fact that Son is by far the best player to come out of Asia ever.
Ever.
And that is
not even close.
That is a big continent.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, look, it's just unfortunate that a player of Son's stature has come up against one of the best footballers in the world right now.
If we were to put Heung-min Son over Jeremy Doku in at left winger, I think we would both agree. I know who you pick.
In a heartbeat.
But to be honest, I think I'd agree with you, and we'd go with Son in that position. But Ange has been playing him up front. We have to compare based on what... I know half of the Tottenham squad's injured, but we can't put Son in left winger when he's playing up front. You wanted to put Richarlison in at left winger instead, just to flex your shirt and do your pigeon. But for sure, it's got to be Haaland. Forms, agree?
Yeah, let's have him in. Let's do it. The whole front three, City.
City.
Pep or Ange?
Okay, all-time Pep Guardiola. This season, Ange has been a fresh air coming into Tottenham. He's been brilliant. Back to... Was it triple player of the month or 2? How many was it? 3. 3 player of the months in a row for Ange. But Pep Guardiola's the best manager to ever exist. Should we call it a draw?
I was just about to scream and shout, but I actually think that's very fair. That's very, very... No, actually, no, screw that. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. We're talking about this season, and this season only 3 in a row. Manager of the months. He's got a Tottenham team playing the most attractive football I've seen a Tottenham team play in a long, long, long time. He's been absolutely... fair play. He's been riddled with injuries and issues, and he has not changed the way that he plays, and we are still playing well. We played so well against Villa, and it was just a case of our best player on the day getting injured, and the unfortunate happened. And the Chelsea game, you just can't look at in any other, as the manager's fault when 2 players made silly decisions and ended up getting sent off. So the games that he hasn't won, I'm drawing a line through. He's just been he's the best manager in the Prem this season. But cool, because of Pep.
I'd say this season, yes.
Yeah.
Because of the 3 Premier League of the months. What I like about Ange is what you said against that Chelsea game.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Any other manager, when down to 9 men, would go 9 behind the ball, defend, try and get a draw. Tottenham had a brilliant chance, 2 brilliant chances to score, to arguably win the game, and then Chelsea obviously scored 4 goals past 85 minutes. I think Tottenham had a chance to draw. Son had a good chance on his left foot that he probably should have scored, and then that header as well, and then that volley that was offside that went in. Crazy game, by the way, but do you know what, right? If it's going off this season, Ange has been an absolute breath of fresh air. There's no... I always have to take Pep, but we're going off this season. He's smirking because he knows what I'm going to say. Reluctantly... because this argument will go on all night. We have got to have a length of a video. I'll go with Ange. I don't want to talk about it anymore. He's so likeable as well, Ange. He's so likeable. He's such a nice guy.
It's like with Son, but you got Haaland over Son, and rightly so. So I'm taking two Titan managers going head to head, and I'm banging.
It's only because I want you back on forms. If I took Pep, we'd fall out. I want you back on for the rematch. So
exactly.
City versus Spurs score prediction.
Like I said in the intro, it's a rival like no other. We have never scored a goal at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. How many games have we played there? 5 or 6? How many penalties have we missed? 2 or 3? How many times have we hit the bar from 2 yards out? A fair few. And we just can't break this Tottenham defence whenever they play. Harry Kane scores after the 20th minute, and then it's 11 men behind the ball, negative Tottenham. Maybe this season under Ange, with them playing good football, we actually might have a chance of scoring a goal. But at the Etihad, there's always drama. Tottenham went 2-0 up last year. Chicken Royale heading in the second as well. I thought, oh my God, I've seen it all. And we somehow managed to come back from the depths and win 4-2. I think there's going to be goals. So many injuries for Tottenham. As Form said, 4 fullbacks are going to be starting in that Tottenham back line. I'm going to go with City 5, Tottenham 0. We're having you! Come on, City!
I mean, I was going to go for a high-scoring game, but that is horrible. And you want me back? You want me back? Okay.
Should I change it if I want you back?
No, you're good. I'm coming back. It's been fun. I think if I'm thinking with my logistical hat on, are we going to score? Yes, we always do. Whether that be from an unlikely hero like Emerson Royale or a trademark Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, I think we'll score. Do I think we'll score many? No. Do I think you will have a field day against our makeshift back four? Yes. So I'm actually... Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this on camera. I think we're going to lose 4-1.
Oh, ouch. You know what? I'm actually going to change my prediction because City have actually conceded 7 goals in their last 3.
Wow.
I do think Tottenham will score on reflection. I think the 5-0's a bit naive from me. I got a bit carried away there, Forbes. I will also actually go 4-1 as well because I think we will score, but I think we will leak, and it may also be 4-2. I think Ange is going to go for us and just play the Ange Postecoglou way. So I'm going to agree with you on 4-1, actually. That's
Sick.
my honest prediction. What I want to happen is 5-0, of course.
What I want to happen is 5-0 Tottenham. It ain't going to happen, though.
So there is our City versus Tottenham combined 11. Obviously, me and Forms tried to be as non-biased as possible. I think we actually did a really good job. And there is our final combined 11. Thank you so much for Forms to coming on. Make sure to go and check him out. He is absolutely humongous on TikTok. So I'm sure you already follow him because he spits out the best bars that I've ever seen from a football fan. So make sure to go and check him out at Forms on TikTok if you've not already. Thank you very much, Forms, for coming on. Let's have a good game between City and Tottenham at the weekend.